Hey everyone, Rudy here. Yesterday I did a vlog, Panopticon Society, which was inspired originally an idea by this guy who envisioned a prison that could be kept by one guard, and I showed how it was just looked like an eye from above. You could just have one guard guarding everyone, and this guy, he was after making poor houses sort of thing, building these and housing hundreds of thousands of people and having them work for the food. So it's modern day slavery, but I don't think he saw it like that, as we'll get into in a while. It seems this guy was a total genius, but like, you know, they say flawed genius. I'm not saying he was flawed, but that's for want of a better explanation, because they're saying like he possibly had Asperger's. First real utilitarian philosopher, see, and all these people who have jumped on the bandwagon, and they've twisted everything this guy ever said or done, I think. It's because can they reason, nor can they talk, but they can suffer. But can they suffer? What? The question is not can they reason or can they talk, but can they suffer? See, animal welfare. Who's into animal welfare? Create all the happiness you are able to create, remove all the misery you are able to remove. But unfortunately, he didn't believe in natural law. The principle of utility judges any action to be right by the tendency it appears to have to augment or diminish the happiness of the party whose interests are in question. If that party be the community, the happiness of the community. If a particular individual, the happiness of that individual. All sounds great. Utilitarianism, the greatest good for the most people, or the greatest good over the least pain. Which is not always right, because it's stoicism. Not everyone can be stoical. But look, that's his actual fucking head. If you don't want to see it gross, I should have warned you. I'll have to put a warning on this. But hey, look what they're doing with it. They got his fucking head, and they're parading it about and putting it on display, saying we're using it as an opportunity to test DNA. Well, they could check it for DNA without putting his head on display. Social reformer Bentham, who died in 1832, insisted that his body be preserved after his death as an auto-icon, so that he could be wheeled out at parties if friends were missing him. And Bentham was a staunch atheist who described church teachings as nonsense on stilts, and so was opposed to a Christian burial. But they're using it and putting it on display. A while ago I'd have just brushed it off, but now not. Because all the people who follow Bentham, and that building, there's GlaxoSmithKline Wellcome in London, big conglomerate, part of the controllers, without a shadow of a doubt. Fabian Society love it, without a shadow of a doubt. You'll know what I'm talking about. Anyone who doesn't know, look up Fabian Society, but don't just look up their stuff, look up people who have looked into them as well, and look at them, not just their PR or spin, whatever you want to call it. But unfortunately, what that guy, I told the story yesterday, I first saw him, not like that, but like this. Yesterday, I said it on the first video, I first ever come across Jeremy Bentham when I saw it on display in the building. Blah blah blah, I didn't know who we were. He created the Panopticon. I found out who we were, and I found out the concept of the Panopticon when I read this book called The Traveller. And that's by the author John 12 Hawkes. I advise anyone who's concerned about the way society is going. Because what concerns me is, with all this surveillance and stuff, we're going to be the last generation who knew what it was like for it not to be there. We'll know the difference. Anyone born in it will just grow up not knowing any difference, so it will not concern them. They won't know any different. We're the only troublesome society, and we're not giving a shit. We should be trying to stop this for them to come in. But how? No one knows how. And anyone who tries doing it, I don't know. Ideas on a postcard, please. Because this is what it's leading to. Hey? China's surveillance system can scan 1.3 billion people within a second. Hey, this is Welcome to 1984, an article in the National Interest, which is not a bullshit magazine. Well, they are, because they all are. By Asia Times, you think that's a... Right? Blah, 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 and you've got to go right to the end of the article. And their spokesman turned around and said, surveillance cameras are everywhere in their countries too, the legal expert. Zhao Zanling, a legal counsel of the Interest Society of China, echoed that facial information was only collected in public areas. Yeah, because when you're in your house, they're fucking spying on you in there. They don't need the cameras in there, because they're spying on you through everything you've fucking got in your house. Right, so it's leading to that. We're going to have facial recognition everywhere. We've already got it. And you can bet your bottom dollar, right, that if China have got it and are using it, we've got it and we're using it, and the rest of the world who can afford it got it and they're using it. So it leads to that, and then it's going to lead to this. China started ranking citizens with a creepy social credit system. Here's what you can do wrong and the embarrassing, demeaning ways they can punish you. And I've also heard stories of people with the wrong name getting their lives absolutely ruined when they've got a mixed up name, and it's absolutely destroyed people. Fuck. The Chinese state is setting up a vast ranking system that will monitor the behaviour of its enormous population and rank them all. It had to do that, didn't it? It had to do it to me. And will rank them all based on their social credit. The social credit system, first announced in 2014, aims to reinforce the idea that keeping trust is glorious and breaking trust is disgraceful. They've taken away any trust. You've no choice. We trust you to behave, so we're setting up cameras to watch you. It's an oxymoron. That's right word. The programme is due to be fully operational by 2020, but is being piloted for millions of people already. The scheme is mandatory. No fucking choice. At the moment, the system is piecemeal. What do you think this 5G is, people? Hey? Are we that fucking naive we can't see that this is coming? 9 million people with low scores are being blocked from buying tickets for domestic flights. You can't even fly in your own country. So if you live somewhere and you want to go and see your family, you've got a job interview and you're trying to get your life back together, you've got an interview, you're not getting a flight. They can also, 3 million people are barred from getting business class train tickets. So they're punishing, it's everyone. This is according to Rachel Botsam, an author who published part of her book on tech security on Wired last year. The exact mechanics aren't yet clear. According to foreign policy, credit systems monitor whether people pay bills on time, much like financial credit trackers, but also ascribe a moral dimension. Other muted punishable offences include spending too long playing video games, wasting money on frivolous purchases, and posting on social media. Spreading fake news, specifically about terrorist attacks or airport security, will also be punishable offences. Banning your kids or your kid from the best schools. 17 people who refused to carry out military service last year were barred from enrolling in higher education, applying for high school or continuing their studies. Citizens with low social credit would also be prohibited from enrolling their children at high-paying private schools. stopping you getting the best jobs, right? Keeping you out of the best hotels, being publicly named as a bad citizen. A prototype blacklist already exists and has been used to punish people. There is also a list for good citizens that will reportedly get you more matches on dating websites. See, and this is not going to be fucking manipulated at all, is it? This can also get discounts on energy bills, rent things. It's just, despite the creepiness of the system, Human Rights Watch called it chilling, while Botsman called it futuristic vision of Big Brother out of control. Some citizens say it's making them better people already. Yeah, because this shit's going to say out else. Right. I think that's it. So I can call me. I'm out here.